by showing the energetic spirit of African women. Viva Africa!
Viva!
Viva Africa!
Viva!
Now I know that I'm in the right place. My name is Phiona Nyamutoro. I am the National Youth Representative of Uganda in the 11th Parliament and also the Minister of State for Energy and Mineral Development in charge of minerals. I should say I'm delighted to be here. When I walked into the room and I looked at your faces, I was satisfied that I made the right decision. Welcome to Kampala, Uganda. I hope you have all enjoyed your stay. Have you? I hope you have had some of our local delicacies. You have enjoyed some matoke, some kalo, some luombo. Some people are looking at me with, what is she talking about? Here we are today, changing the narrative in the African society. Even in the wake of many other challenges that we still face, it is not easy. It is not meant to be easy. Our movement has camouflaged over time. I have seen very many people trying to associate the Pan-African women movement with different other analogies that are going on. When you talk about Pan-African women movement, I don't know why it is easy for people to resonate with feminism and the negativity that comes with the misconception of feminism. And we are here to say, when African women are talking, we are talking as daughters and mothers of the soil. Take away the activism that you want to criticize. Listen to our message. Here we are today, changing the narrative in the African society. Even in the wake of many other challenges that we still face, it is not easy. It is not meant to be easy. Our movement has camouflaged over time. I have seen very many people trying to associate the Pan-African women movement with different other analogies that are going on. When you talk about Pan-African women movement, I don't know why it is easy for people to resonate with feminism and the negativity that comes with the misconception of feminism. And we are here to say, when African women are talking, we are talking as daughters and mothers of the soil. Take away the activism that you want to criticize. Listen to our message. Because I usually like emphasizing this and saying, you see, our counterparts, our fathers, our brothers in their different capacities, all they do is literally ride on what their mothers have taught them. They never invent anything. So if you have an African mother who understands the spirit of Pan-Africanism, you will be certain her sons and daughters will bear the same. Of dehumanization. And I'm wondering, you who is that exposed that is out there, instead of standing up and criticizing, why don't we speak of tailor-made African solutions that can bring about a change? Unites us across, irrespective of our political understanding, irrespective of our religions, irrespective of which African country you come from. My heart is heavy. I bear a heavy heart every night. And the only person that I can share my grievance with is God. My heart weeps that I hope this opportunity of leadership that God has given me can influence a young African girl the right way. People draw inspiration from a distance, and you barely know what exactly they are picking. You don't know whether they are concentrating on the exact message that you're passing or not. And that is where my problem comes from. Peer influence is so strong in our generation that if we don't capitalize on it the right way, then we are going to lose it. And there are leaders like me, like Phiona Nyamutoro, who are saying, no, our generation cannot fail. My sisters from across the divide, we can do everything else. We can wake up and dress smart and speak Pan-Africanism. We could arrange the cameras and take the most beautiful of pictures, but we cannot afford to fail at whatever cost. And that in alone simply means you also can't sleep. It simply means all of us have to be on our toes with the right mission, with the right vision, with the right intention to achieve the Africa that we want to see. It is such an uphill task that all of us have to put at the core of our hearts. And it starts with you seated right there in your chair. It starts with you interesting a fellow young person in Pan-Africanism. It starts with you putting Africa at the forefront and knowing, obviously, I did my husband an injustice. One of the best African musicians we have in the world. So when the news broke out that this young minister that President Museveni has just appointed is getting married to a musician, you could imagine the reactions. But I want to encourage you ladies that times have changed. In this diversity, we are taking over in leadership. We want to take over in sports.
Yes.
We want to take over in music.
Yes.
We want to take over in economics.
Yes.
We want to take over in the religious bit. And we shall harmonize all these for a better Africa that we shall live for our children. Gone are the days when they would say Africans are only good at this.
Yes.
Gone are the days when they identified us as good for cheap labor.
Yes.
Gone are the days when they identified us as the slaves that would serve the kings. No. During our time we are saying, we are the kings and the queens, and our children shall be the princes and princesses of Africa. That the cause you have interested yourself in is not just the right one, but it is an everyday job that we have to realize the results when we are still living. We have to testify of our fruits when we can point to them and say, you know, because of this movement, now we have African women negotiating the future of an African market. That one. And we got into the room, and as usual, we were about 3 young people. And there were women, yes, but much older women. And we said, this is not going to be a success. What future are you discussing for Africa without the young people of Africa? We need another conference that should be made particularly for the young people. Gets to yield impactful results that will have to see the day of light in Africa when we are in leadership. And this responsibility comes with costs. It comes with costs that we should be ready to bear. And at the end of the day, as the judge who has cast this responsibility upon you, I am glad that all of you have agreed that you are guilty as charged. And from then on, Now the sentence can begin. With a better understanding of what we are talking about. Because it has become such a problem. I mean, curriculums are changing over time, here and there. And if we are not careful, before we know it, Westernization will dominate it. And the African story will be lost. The 35 countries that have been mentioned, that if the situation is the same or curriculum changes as it is in Uganda, please interest yourselves in that. With those few words, allow me to declare today's conference open. I welcome all of you to Uganda. I am so disheartened that I wouldn't spend so much time with you. I would have loved to spend an evening and catch up with many of you in more insightful discussions, but I'm certain that the future is bright and we shall have other more platforms.